What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rio West. You tuning in to Rio West Gaming. As if you don't already know. If you've been here before, you know the drill. If you haven't, click that subscribe button. Follow your boy as we got more compelling content, not only for NBA 2K22 or 23, but for Madden as well. So on this particular episode, we bringing it back yet again. In some of my previous videos you've seen, I started off with a 1999 rewind going all the way back to 99 when Jordan retired after the 98 championship. And I set that Bulls team back in that era to see what would happen over those next few years. How many more years would Jordan play? How many more titles would he win? Would the Spurs win a title? Would the Lakers win a title? Win their 3 titles? And so on and so forth. With this particular series, we're doing a 2007 rewind of the Portland Trailblazers. And what if they would have drafted Kevin Durant instead of Greg Oden? There's a lot of speculation on what might have happened back then if the Portland Trailblazers would have drafted Kevin Durant instead of Greg Oden, because they already had such superior talent with Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge in their prime. People wondered what would have happened if they would have paired Kevin Durant with that duo. Would they won a championship? Would they have won multiple championships? Would they not have won any championships at all? Well, we about to put an end to that debate right now as I put together a little 8 to 9 man roster deep '07 roster with a couple teams having their 12 or 13 players. As you can see, as I'm scrolling through, you can see the different names of the different teams, the different logos, etc. We got all that lined up. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to go ahead and jump ahead. We're going to start by, as you've seen in my previous videos, we'll fast forward through, we'll simulate through the regular season. I'll go over the awards and everything. And then we'll jump straight into playoff action. We'll start simulating game by game. If we get to game 7s, well, what I'll do is I'll select whatever teams it is. I'll get in, I'll bring you to live action at the end of the game if it's close. If it's not, we'll just simulate through and we'll let it roll. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Again, if you haven't done so already, please do like and subscribe. Pass the word around. Share any of my videos or anything to anybody. If you got any feedback, please do let me know. And if you recommend any content, please do tell. I will try my best to get that content accomplished for you. And then what I'll do is I'll share it as quickly as possible. But right now we about to get into this 2007 rewind, starting from the end of the season with the awards, and we'll move forward from there. So hold up one brief second and we'll be back. So into the first season, we got Tim Duncan as your most valuable player, averaging 22.3 points per game, 16 rebounds. Emeka Okafor wins Rookie of the Year. Wow, no Kevin Durant. That's nuts. Manu Ginobili wins 6th Man of the Year. Dwight Howard, Defensive Player of the Year. Lucas, whoever that is, computer generated Executive of the Year. Christian Bartlett. Alright, so we got all NBA first team: Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, and Al Jefferson. That's wild. For the second team, we got Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Garnett, Darren Williams, and Tracy McGrady. For the all NBA third team, you got Steve Nash, Tony Parker, Josh Smith, Kevin Durant, and Dirk Nowitzki. So first year, Kevin Durant makes all NBA third team as a rookie. You got all defensive first team: Dwight Howard, LeBron James, Shawn Marion, Andre Iguodala, Dwayne Wade. All defensive second team: Ben Gordon, Chris Paul, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Al Jefferson. All rookie first team: J.R. Smith, Devin Harris, Jamal McGlure, Brandon Roy, who got hurt, Emeka Okafor. Jose Calderon on the second team with Troy Murphy, Andrew Bynum, Raymond Felton, and Mike Dunleavy. So we jumping straight into the playoff bracket. And as you can see, first year, it appears the Portland Trailblazers didn't even make the playoffs. I wonder if injuries had played any part in that. Let's go check out the season statistics for the players, and then we'll check out like league leaders and stuff like that. So for the Supersonics, we got Zerbiak averaging 13.7 points a game, but where's Greg Oden? I don't see his name nowhere on here. Greg Oden averaging 4.6 points a game. Wow, that's tough. So for the Trailblazers, you had Kevin Durant in his rookie year averaging 23.2 points a game. Brandon Roy averaging 21.6. Sergio Rodriguez averaging 12.9. And LaMarcus Aldridge averaging 12.8. So they put up pretty decent numbers together, but it appears it wasn't enough. I'm assuming probably because it had everything to do with those injuries. So for the league leaders, you had Dwayne Wade leading the league with 33 points a game, LeBron James 29, Al Jefferson 27, Carmelo Anthony with 26.4, Chris Paul with 26.9, Dirk with 25.3, Tracy McGrady with 25.1, Michael Redd with 23.5, Dwight Howard with 23.4. Kevin Durant was top 10. So Kevin Durant was top, even though he only averaged 23.2 points per game, he was top 10 that year in scoring. That's nice. So Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett were 17 and 18 with 21 points a game. And you had Elton Brand at 19 and 20.9, and Chris Bosh with 20.4, ranked 20th in the league. So pretty impressive. Nice first year stats numbers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead. We're looking at this playoff bracket. We got San Antonio versus Phoenix. Got some decent matchups. We got Denver, who made it as a second seed, facing off against Houston. Then you got over in the East, you got Boston as the 2 seed facing off against Washington. So went ahead and simulated the first round, and who advanced, you got the Lakers facing San Antonio in the second round. Then you got the Denver Nuggets facing off against number 3 Dallas. Then over in the East, you got the number 1 seed Detroit Pistons facing off against the 5 seed Orlando Magic. And you got the 2 seed Celtics facing off against the 6 seed Miami Heat, who knocked off the 3 seed Cavs. It's crazy. So we simulate the first game. Spurs up 2-0, Denver up 2-0. We're going kind of fast with this. So Spurs 2-1 with the Lakers, Denver 3-1. Wow, the Spurs going to a game 5. And then the Lakers go up 3-2. Impressive. So, wow, that Lakers-Spurs series as well as the Denver-Dallas series is going to game 7s. So you know we got to jump in and we got to do a simcast and jump in the last minutes if it's a close game, because we got to see this. As I said, if it's game 7s, then we got to jump in and we got to entertain these game 7s. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. And we pick up at Denver being up 103-99 with Allen Iverson at the free throw line.
They've been the aggressors.
Yeah, and I think something they've also worked hard at tonight is crashing the
AI misses the first of 2.
Points have been coming in bunches.
Knocks down the second. So 1 of 2. Denver's up 104-99. We got Jerry Stackhouse bringing the ball up the court for Dallas.
Pass to Kidd.
Dishes it to Kidd. Kidd driving to the lane. He's guarded by Kenyon Martin. Passes it back out. Got Dirk down low, guarded by AI. What a mismatch. AI strips the ball. Then we got J.R. Smith on the rebound. Drives the lane. Gets the difficult layup. 106-99. Denver.
It's been a dominant night for him.
Now we got Kidd bringing the ball back up court. He dishes down low to Jerry Stackhouse, who's guarded by J.R. Smith. Kicks it back out to Hayward, who is a computer-generated player. We got Dirk, who kicks it back out to Hayward, who gives it back to Jerry Stackhouse. Now you got Juwan Howard forced to put up a shot because of the shot clock. Rebound Denver, bringing it up court. AI kicks it out to the corner to J.R. Smith, and it's good. 109 to 99, and it's not looking too good for Dallas at the present moment. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the game. Kidd brings it up court. Screen set by Jerry Stackhouse. And we got a foul on J.R. Smith. So it's starting to look like Denver is about to pull away with this one.
Trailing by 10. Here's Nowitzki. Shot clock at 6.
Kidd back out on the wing, guarded by AI. He has to put it up. Misses. Rebound. Marcus Camby bringing the ball up court like he's a point guard. He kicks it down low, kicks it back out. AI with it on the corner, brings it back to the top of the key. He drives the lane, puts it up, and it's good. 111-99 Denver. It's safe to say I think Denver is going to go ahead and advance to the second round. So we got Kidd going around the Stackhouse screen, dishes it down low to Dirk, who's guarded by Kenyon Martin. He misses. Rebound, J.R. Smith, bringing it up court. J.R. drives the lane. He kicks it back out to AI, who's guarded by Jason Kidd. They get it back down low to AI, 113 to 99, and Denver's gonna run away with this easily, advancing to the Western Conference Championship. Now, who they will play, we don't know. We'll find out when we jump into that San Antonio Spurs, LA Lakers Game 7 next. So coming out the timeout, 113-99 Denver with 1:25 left. New Balance player of the game, we got J.R. Smith, 33 points on averaging 18.3 points a game. So he's stepping it up big time in this Game 7 as we speak. What we're going to go ahead and do is, it doesn't make any sense to go any further with it. So we just going to go ahead and simcast the rest of the game because it's apparent Dallas isn't going to win this one. So boom, just like that, as you can see, Dallas even only scored one more bucket. So we about to go ahead and head back, or check out the box scores first. You got J.R. Smith with 35, 7, and 3. Kenyon Martin with 21. Carmelo only had 19, so he didn't even have to do much. AI neither. AI had 15 and 17. Dirk had 28, 12, and 5. Hayward had 14. Stackhouse had 12. Kidd had 11. So Dallas is bounced. We heading back to the main menu, and we about to go ahead and jump into this Spurs-Lakers game right quick and see what the outcome of this one is. So we start the simulation. Spurs get out first, dominating. And it's looking like they're running away with this. So we're going to jump in, even though they're winning this game convincingly, just to get y'all some footage of Spurs-Lakers, because that's such a classic rivalry. So it's 99-83, and it's apparent the Spurs are going to go on and advance to face the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Championship. So we got Tony Parker bringing the ball up court. Tim Duncan setting the screen for him. Parker drives around the screen. He gets his pocket picked. Has the ball. He's trying to drive to the lane, guarded by Duncan. Kicks it back out to Kobe, who's guarded by Tony Parker. That's a mismatch. Powell gets it down low. He drives around. He misses at the rim. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out. Andrew Bynum on the wing.
Shot clock at 6. Driving inside.
And he misses at the rim. Tim Duncan with the stifling defense. And it's apparent what happened here is that Tim Duncan's presence down low was just really too much. You got Tony Parker fouled down low by Andrew Bynum. He'll be going to the line for 2. Knocks down 1 of 2. And the Lakers have Farmar and Lamar Odom coming in. 100-83 San Antonio with Parker attempting his second free throw. And he misses the second. So it still stands at 100-83. Still appears that the Lakers don't have a shot. Rebound, Manu Ginobili. Bringing the ball back up court. He's got it on the wing. He drives around, drives the lane with the easy layup. 102-83. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have jumped in on this one. I just wanted to get some footage of Lakers Spurs because of that classic rivalry. But it really didn't make no sense to jump in on this one. I don't know if I'll jump in on any more games where there's blowouts, but we got Parker driving to the lane. He kicks it down low to Duncan, who kicks it back out to Bruce Bowen. Kicks it to Parker, who gives it back to Duncan, who's on the wing. He might have to put this up. No, he dishes it down low to Parker, who gets it snatched by Andrew Bynum. 2 hands. That was disgusting. Farmar on the wing. Dishes it down low to Powell. That should have been easy buckets from the jump because he's guarded by Bruce Bowen. And even though he's been a known lockdown defender, that's a huge mismatch right there. Now we got Parker at the top of the wing. He drives the lane. Easy layup. 104-85. San Antonio with 26.5 seconds left. At this point, once the Lakers take this shot and the Spurs get the rebound, they're just going to dribble this out. So, again, we got the mismatch of Pau Gasol guarded by Bruce Bowen, and instead of taking him to the goal, he fades away. So, Spurs just going to dribble this out. We'll check the box score, and then we'll go back to the main menu. And we'll see what plays out from there. See who will make the NBA Finals and who will win the NBA Finals. So Spurs win 104-85. Going home easy, going away easy. In Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals against the Los Angeles Lakers. So yeah, again, we about to go ahead and get ready to jump into this box score. See who did what. Tim Duncan with 28, 12, and 9. Nuts. 1 assist away from a triple-double. You had Finley with 15, Ginobili with 15 and 10. Brent Berry with 11. Damon Stoudemire with 10. It was pretty spread out. Kobe Bryant came up short in this one. He only had 22 and 7. Then you had Bynum with 16 and 9. Vujicic with 14. Ariza with 13. Powell didn't do much of nothing. 8 and 8. Tim Duncan must have had that on lock. So team comparison, the Lakers only hit 2 of 10 threes, but the Spurs only knocked down 6. All right, so we taking it back to the main menu. You know what the deal is. So we got Spurs Nuggets, Western Conference Championship. Then we got Orlando Boston, Eastern Conference Championship. So as it presently stands, it's Nuggets 3-1 on the Spurs. Boston's 3-2 on Orlando. Wow, so first year in 07, the Nuggets end up playing the Boston Celtics for the championship. So we're about to see how this pans out. So far it's 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. Boston may just win this in 5. 4-1. Boston takes it home in 5. So Boston wins the first championship. Check out the Finals MVP. You got Kevin Garnett averaging 16.8 points a game, 10.6 rebounds, 5.2 assists. So first year you got Boston Celtics winning the NBA Finals. We'll check out them playoff statistics real quick. See how that panned out. So league leaders, playoff statistics, we got Dwayne Wade leading the league with 29 points a game. Dirk had 27.6. Calderon was up there with 26.6. Wow. Carmelo with 26.1. McGrady with 26. So we just scrolling down the list till we get to top 20. Let's see what we got. So Arenas was down there with 19.4, Nash with 19.3. All right, so first season in the books. We got the Boston Celtics winning the chip. Kevin Garnett winning Finals MVP. You had Tim Duncan winning regular season MVP. And this is the prospects. I'm just checking to make sure the draft class is accurate. Like I'm getting the accurate draft class. Retirements. We got Dikembe Mutombo, Tyronn Lue, Kurt Thomas, Sam Cassell, PJ Brown, Sam Cassell again, Penny Hardaway, Juwan Howard. If there's duplicates in there in this roster, I apologize. But like I said, I did my best with this roster, and I was going off an NBA reference from the 2007 season. And instead of them just saying like this player started off on this team at the beginning of the year, they just show the same player on multiple different teams throughout that whole thing. So I accidentally put a couple of duplicates in there, but you won't really be able to tell much as we go on. So draft lottery, we got the Seattle Supersonics winning the #1 overall pick. Will they draft Russell Westbrook? We will soon see. We got the Kings winning the #2 pick. And the Milwaukee Bucks winning the #3 pick. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to advance ahead. We're going to jump ahead. We're going to save this first. Also, what I'm going to do is, I learned this lesson from my prior rewinds. I'm not going to control the Seattle Supersonics and the Portland Trailblazers. I'm going to control a random team because they're not going to let me not control the team. So I'm going to go control the Charlotte Bobcats to advance through the offseason. So the Supersonics and the Portland Trailblazers can make their own transactions. And then I'll control them when the regular season starts. So, because I want it to be as realistic as possible. And I'm not going to be sitting up here making the transactions for those teams. So I want them to be able to make their own transactions. So I'll control somebody else so they can do that. And then I'll jump back on them. So pre-draft workouts, I'm just going to randomly select some players. And just to get through this. And then we'll jump straight ahead to the NBA draft. So as you've seen, we got Derrick Rose. We got Serge Ibaka, Danilo Gallinari. You know, Eric Gordon. These are a lot of computer-generated players in these historic draft classes, as y'all have seen before. If y'all have seen the 1999 Rewind series and also some of the other series, it's generic players in these historic draft classes. You just gotta roll with it. I don't like the generic players. I don't like playing anything on 2K or Madden where you got computer-generated players. So, but we roll with it just to go ahead and make the compelling content that everybody would like to see. At least I feel everybody would like to see. So you got Derrick Rose taking #1 overall to the Supersonics. That's convenient when you look at the fact that people compared Rose and Westbrook, their games, to each other throughout the majority earlier part of their career. You got Roy Hibbert drafted by the Bucks. And wow, Kevin Love drafted to the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's crazy. As y'all have seen prior, I hate to keep referencing the past, but again, we have more stuff happening in the game that happened in real life. And you got Russell Westbrook going to the New York Knicks. Imagine if that happened in real life. I think New York fans would lose their mind if they witnessed that happen. You got DJ Augustine to the Bulls, Eric Gordon to the Wizards. We got more generic players. Danilo Gallinari went to the Memphis Grizzlies. Who else we got? Brook Lopez to the Denver Nuggets. That's going to really, really spice up that team. They just was in the NBA Finals, and now they get Brook Lopez to add to that squad. You got DeAndre Jordan going to the Supersonics. That makes you question what's exactly going on over there with Greg Oden. Are they sending a message, drafting another big man? Is it not panning out? He only averaged 4.6 points per game during the regular season, I believe. So they draft another center along with Derrick Rose at the first overall pick. You got Robin Lopez to the Spurs. What is this? Are we on a second round? Yeah, we're on a second round. So you got Pacers, got Goran Dragic. All right. So it's some pretty interesting picks that went on in the draft. Pretty interesting. It's cool that Kevin Love went back to Minnesota when he got drafted originally. So we're going to jump forward. We're going to try to skip ahead through free agency, see what we got. You got LeBron James had declined his option. Chris Paul declined his option as well. Allen Iverson. This is about to get interesting. So it appears we're about to have a real interesting offseason with both Chris Paul and LeBron James being free agents, along with Allen Iverson as well. So let's see. Let's check out the offers. So, oh wow, we got the Spurs as the leading candidate to land LeBron James. If they get LeBron James and then add him with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili, that might be a real huge problem. You might see the Spurs reel off like 4 or 5 championships in a row on here. And you got the Lakers targeting Chris Paul. That's insane. Wow. So if you don't know, in real life, the Lakers made a trade for Chris Paul back around 2011, 2012, somewhere around that time. And it got vetoed by the league because the Hornets were owned by the league at the time. And other commissioners felt like it would mess up the landscape of the NBA. So they vetoed the trade. So if this pans out in the game where Chris Paul signs with the Lakers through free agency, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I know this is a video about KD. What if he got drafted to the Portland Trailblazers? What would happen? But man, this would be huge if you threw that in there with it as well. Chris Paul going to the Lakers. Whoo, this would make for some real interesting content. So let's just stay tuned. Let's see what happens going forward. All right, so we're going to advance through to the first week. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go check out, I'm going to go see if they indeed went where they went to. So Allen Iverson's still on the market. He's still got 10 offers. You got Chris Paul signed with the Lakers and LeBron signed with the Spurs. Wow. Steve Nash to the Cavaliers. Man, imagine if Steve Nash would have played with LeBron James. That would have been interesting as well. So we got Amari Stoudemire signed with the Rockets and Shaq signed with the Golden State Warriors. Now, I know this is just a moratorium period, but if these players actually end up going to these teams, it'll be some problems coming up ahead. Wait, LeBron James hits the market again. What happened there? I wonder if it's because Ginobili's out there and the Spurs are trying to sign Ginobili. I didn't realize that Ginobili was on the market. Well, let's just go ahead and skip ahead. We're going to sim through to player progression. Then we're going to go ahead and control the Warriors. I'm sorry, not the Warriors. We're going to go ahead and control the Trailblazers and the Supersonics again. And see what their progression, what Kevin Durant's progression looks like, what Greg Oden's progression look like. So here we go. Let's go take a look at player progression for the Supersonics. Greg Oden actually went up 4 points, so he's at 82 now. And the Supersonics signed Ron Artest. So they have some interesting pieces on that team. You got Ron Artest, Greg Oden, Derrick Rose, Kurt Thomas, Carlos Arroyo, who was on the Trailblazers. Now he's on the Supersonics. You got DeAndre Jordan, Nene Hilario, or Nene as y'all know him now, Kareem Rush. Okay, so let's check out the Trailblazers. You got Brandon Roy went up a point. Tayshaun Prince, they signed Tayshaun Prince. That's a key pickup for a team that was already low-key stacked. LaMarcus Aldridge stayed the same at 84. All right, Kevin Durant went up 4 points to 84. All right, this is a nice little first-year jump. Chris Kaman, he's at 84. Rafe LaFrentz went up 7 points to 82. Jeez, I wonder if that's because he probably got hurt during the regular season. And now he jumped up. I don't know. We'll see. But he is 23. Jesus, 82. Was Rafe LaFrentz even really 23 at that time? I might have messed up on that roster move. Leandro Barbosa went up a point. Okay. So let's scroll through and check out some of these other rosters and see some of these other transactions that might have happened. All right, so the Spurs don't have LeBron James. He didn't sign. So they did bring back Ginobili. All right, well, if LeBron James didn't sign there, where the hell did he go? That's the question. The Houston Rockets signed Josh Smith. Interesting. Josh Smith with Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady. If you had a young Josh Smith in his prime with Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming, whew, that would have been an interesting team to watch. Let's scroll over. Let's see what we got. Oh, so LeBron did go back to the Cavs. LeBron goes back to the Cavs, and they have Steve Nash. I can't wait to see what this team does. I want to see if this puts the team over the top to send them to the NBA Finals and get past the Boston Celtics. So that'll be intriguing to watch. So the Celtics still have Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen. Now they got Jose Calderon. Still got Kendrick Perkins, James Posey, Tony Allen, Glenn Davis. Okay. All right. And there it is. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You got the Los Angeles Lakers with Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Meme Okur, Andrew Bynum, Shannon Brown. So the Lakers don't even lose any key pieces, and they add Chris Paul to it. So unlike real life with the trade where it would have been lopsided, this is even more lopsided because they just signed him. They didn't send anything out for him. Impressive. So now I'm intrigued to see whether or not they win a championship, and if so, how many championships will they win? You got the Knicks with Russell Westbrook, Aaron Brooks. Okay, let's see if they make any noise with that roster. We're gonna go ahead and advance to the regular season. Y'all know the drill. We're gonna advance to the regular season, then we're gonna skip ahead through the regular season. Gotta load the draft class first right quick. Alright, so I think we're on 09. Yeah, because we used 08 for the first year. So on 09 draft class, advance to the regular season. Alright, so let's go take a peek. We're gonna save first. Because if y'all wondering why I keep saving, it's because I had turned auto save off. I like to manually save it myself, unless I'm doing online league. So you're looking at the Portland Trailblazers rosters, and they pretty stacked. Like a team like that should make noise. They should make a decent jump in year 2. I think the first year had a lot to do with injuries. So advancing, you got Tim Duncan winning MVP for back-to-back seasons, 21.6 points per game. You got I'm skipping that because I don't do the generic players thing. Jose Calderon wins 6th Man of the Year. You got LeBron James winning Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, 27 points, but 2.1 steals a game. You got Corey Brewer winning Most Improved Player of the Year. Doc Rivers winning Coach of the Year, and the Boston Celtics go 73-9, breaking the 96 Bulls record. Wow. That's really impressive. That's insane. That's what people thought that the Celtics weren't going to do when that big 3 formed. So you got all NBA teams. This is all NBA third team presently as it stands. You got KD making an all NBA third team for a second year in a row. Will he ever break through that? Will he get the second team? Will he get the first team? We'll soon see as we keep advancing. All defensive first team. You got Dwight Howard, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Dwayne Wade. All defensive second team, Kobe Bryant, Andre Iguodala, Josh Smith, Shawn Marion, Al Jefferson. All rookie first team, Roy Hibbert, Kevin Love, Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, and a generic player. So we advance to the playoff bracket, and Portland makes it to the 3rd seed. Okay, so obviously it had a lot to do with health because they didn't make it the first year. Second year, we got them making it with the 3rd seed. And they faced off against the defending Western Conference champion, Denver Nuggets, who just drafted Brook Lopez. So this will be interesting to see how that pans out. You got Cleveland over here with the 2nd seed facing Washington. Boston with the 1 seed facing Charlotte Bobcats. So the Bobcats trying to make some noise. All right, some interesting first round matchups. Let's go check out the standings. So the Spurs was the 1 seed with 65-17. Lakers were on their heels at 64-18. So Portland ended up going 54-28. So that's a nice second year jump that Portland had made. I can't remember if I went and checked out the standings for the first season, but that's a huge jump and improvement. The fact that they went from not being in the playoffs to making the playoffs as a 3rd seed and winning 54 games. So that's real impressive. again, impressive that Boston went 73-9 again, and then they were up against the 2 seed. So no, they were 73-9. Then the 2 seed was the Cleveland Cavaliers at 59-23. So nobody was even close to them behind that, but everybody behind them were close to each other. So you had Cleveland at 59-23, Orlando at 58-24, Toronto at 53-29, Miami at 52-30. So everybody was kind of close to each other behind Boston, but Boston really ran away with the East. So let's find out if they even go ahead and take it home for this whole playoff bracket, if they win back-to-back championship series. So Kevin Durant improved in year 2 to 24.3 points a game. Brandon Roy averaged 20.2 points a game. Tayshaun Prince averaged 14.5 points a game. Goran Dragic had 11.2. Aldridge had 11. Kaman had 11. LaFrance had 8.1. So they were pretty spread out. They had a lot of players averaging some decent numbers for the team. So I could understand how they did what they did. So over here on the Supersonics side, missed the playoffs yet again. So Greg Oden isn't having much of an impact, and those acquisitions of Rose, DeAndre Jordan, Ron Artest, Nene, they really didn't do anything for them. So far it's a huge difference between Kevin Durant going to the Portland Trailblazers and Greg Oden going to the Seattle Supersonics. So for the league leaders, you had LeBron James running away with the scoring title at 27.2 points a game. Then Dwayne Wade was right behind him with 25.1. Kevin Durant was third with his 24.3 points a game. So even though he only averaged 24.3, it was an improvement over his rookie year, and it put him third in the scoring race. So that's impressive. You had Dirk with 22.6 at 7. Al Jefferson made the top 10. Tracy McGrady just barely cracked the top 10 with 21.6. Matter of fact, he was tied with Tim Duncan at 21.6. So y'all know the drill. We scrolling down. We checking out the top 20. See what it's looking like. We got Kevin Garnett at 18 with 20.1. Michael Redd at 19 with 20. And Jose Calderon, 19.8. Jose Calderon might have ended up being a bigger acquisition than I imagined for the Boston Celtics. That might have been that extra little push that they needed. All right, so some key matchups going on. You got the Lakers facing the Houston Rockets first round, and you got San Antonio facing Dallas first round. So we're going to simulate first game. The Rockets jump out early on the Lakers. They steal home court advantage. That's crazy. All right. Then you got Boston over here. Of course, they were going to take game 1 over Charlotte. They probably going to sweep them. You got Cleveland taking game 1 over Washington. Let's send the next game. So San Antonio goes up 2-0. The Lakers go down 0-2. It's not a good look considering they just added Chris Paul. You would have thought that, especially being a 2 seed, that they at least get through the first round easy. All right. Then over here, Boston's up 2-0. Cleveland's up 2-0. Wow, the Lakers are on the brink of being swept by the 7th seed. Maybe that acquisition of Josh Smith is posing to be a bigger impact than I imagined for the Houston Rockets. So the Spurs up 3-0. Okay, so the Lakers take a game. That's good. So the Spurs advance. Both the Heat and Boston advance, sweeping both their opponents. And Orlando sweeps Philadelphia. So you still got Cleveland that's got to win one more game. You got Houston that's got to win one more game. And I haven't even been paying attention to our series over here with Portland and Denver. We got them going to a game 5. Let's see will Portland advance. Portland takes game 5. They're up 3-2 over Denver. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm a sim. Wait. Oh wow! So Denver pushes it to a game 7. So it's going to a game 7. The Lakers and Rockets are going to a game 7. Oh, this is intense here. So the Rockets were up 3-0 on the Lakers, and now it's 3-3 going to a game 7. Will the Lakers come back and knock off the Rockets after being down 3-0? That's nuts. I don't think that's ever been done before. So we got 2 Game 7s we got to jump in. We jumping in on the Portland Trailblazers Denver Nuggets first. And it's real close early. It looks like Denver keeps trying to pull away. They're up 11. Now they're up. All right, it looks like they're about to go ahead and pull away. We're going to jump in, but it looks like they're about to go ahead and pull away. I know I said earlier that we weren't going to jump in on any more blowout games, but considering this is the main team, the main theme of this whole 2007 rewind, I got to jump in and get some game action in them, especially since they didn't make the playoffs the first year. So we got Brandon Roy bringing it up court. He passes it down low to Goran Dragic. I didn't even know they had Dragic, but nice acquisition, nice dish down low. 107-92 Portland over Denver. So we got Rip Hamilton. I didn't even realize Rip Hamilton was. He must have got drafted. Rip Hamilton must. No, he didn't get drafted because Rip Hamilton been in the league for a minute. So Rip Hamilton is on the Denver Nuggets. So they drafted Brook Lopez and they acquired Richard Hamilton. And they already were in the NBA Finals the year before. You would think that they would be the favorite going ahead. But apparently, it appears as though they're about to get knocked off by our Portland Trailblazers, who went 54-28 during the regular season. So, first year in the playoffs, Portland goes to Game 7 and advances to the second round. To a second round matchup against either the Houston Rockets or the Los Angeles Lakers. So KD bringing the ball up court, guarded by Carmelo Anthony. This is an iconic matchup right here. I wish we could have seen this in a close game. That would have been epic. KD takes him to the lane. 111-92 Portland. 12.5 seconds left. And at this point, they're just gonna dribble it out. They're not gonna attempt another shot. This game is over. They know it. We'll check the box score to see what our Portland Trailblazers did. And when I say our Portland Trailblazers, I mean it because I'm controlling the team. That's not my team in real life. My team is the San Antonio Spurs. But y'all catch my drift. So we got the Portland Trailblazers advancing to the second round of the playoffs in Kevin Durant's second year. I can't wait to see what Durant, Brandon Roy, and LaMarcus Aldridge all have done together. So let's check it out. Box score, you got KD with 32, 11, 3, 3, and 3. Nuts. All right, we got Brandon Roy with 26, 2, and 5. Goran Dragic with 16. Chris Kaman with 10 and 10. LaMarcus Aldridge with 10 and 8. Chris Kaman and LaMarcus Aldridge might be a nice little post duo down there, a little mini Twin Towers maybe, because it seems like they're holding it down. You had Melo over here with 24, 10, 6, and 3. Rip had 23 and 5. Marion had 12 and 9. So they went and got Sean Marion too. And they did all that and they got knocked off by Portland. So Denver was 4 of 18 for 3. Portland was 12 for 32. That seems to have been the big difference in this game. So let's see. So we got them advancing. Now we got to check out this Lakers-Rockets series. Who will Portland face in the second round? It's time to jump in with the Simcast Live. So let's check out how this game is going. This first year together, CP3 and Kobe Bryant. And Houston looks like they're trying to run away with this game. All right, Lakers are pushing it, making it close. All right, it's 90-83 with 4 minutes left. We're about to go ahead and jump in. We're going to see if Kobe and CP3 can bring them back and close this game out. So we got Meme Okoro inbounding. He inbounded to Gasol, who gives it back out to Chris Paul. He's got the ball on the wing, dishes it out to Powell. We got the shot clock running down. Got 10 seconds left. Meme Okoro kicks it down low to Paul, who gives it back to Kobe, who's guarded by Josh Smith. He drives the lane. He tries to pull up, misses. Shot clock violation, actually. So Houston with the stifling defense, up 90-83. We got Shane with the stifling defense, and you got Shane Battier and Rafer Alston coming back into the game. So we'll see how this goes. You got Yao inbounding to Tracy, who's bringing it up court.
one point, they led by
On the
16.
wing, guarded by Kobe.
To the left wing.
Kicks it back out to Yao, who's guarded by Meme Okor.
McGrady.
T-Mac on the wing, guarded by Kobe. This is a lovely matchup right here. You love to see it.
Here's Battier.
Kicks it back
4
out to
on the clock.
Battier, who gives it to Yao, who shoots, pulls up, he misses, but Josh Smith with the putback, 92 to 83.
Double-double now.
All right, so the comparison between Josh Smith and Powell, Josh Smith with 10 points, Powell with 12.
On the ropes. Keep
So
swinging
they're pretty even across the board. Batty and Garden, Gasol at the top. He tries to pull up fakes. He goes back around, pulls up, misses. Yao with the rebound.
But you can't force yourself
So
back on
we got T-Mac at the top, guarded by Kobe yet again.
Here's Yao.
They're on each other. You got Yao down low, guarded by Powell. He takes it, and Powell just Yao is just no matchup for Powell. Powell is just no matchup for Yao Ming. Now we got Kobe guarded by T-Mac. He tries to take it to the lane. Will he finish? He won't, but he'll get fouled. Going to the free throw line for 2. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Houston Rockets up 94 to 83. We got Kobe going to the line for 2 free throws. Wow, Kobe only has 5 points on 2 of 6. Talking about coming up small, I did not expect that.
they've excelled at.
So he knocks down 1 of 2.
Their rim protection has been outstanding.
We'll see if he knocks down 2 of 2. Considering it's Kobe Bryant, I expect it. And indeed he does. Kobe knocks down 2 of 2 at the free throw line. 94 to 85 Houston.
This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
So we got T-Mac driving the lane and he goes to the goal. 96-85 with the put down. T-Mac 18 points on 50% shooting.
Anyone was going to stop
So
him
they
there.
must be getting a good amount of production from the rest of the team. Kobe with the fadeaway on T-Mac. 87 to 96.
In the second half.
So Kobe is still fighting. He out here fighting. He wants it. He's guarding T-Mac. Let's see where this goes. Spins, fakes, gets to the goal. Easy bucket over Kobe. I like the one-on-one matchup we got going on right now in these last minutes between Kobe and T-Mac. So you got Kobe coming up. He's going at T-Mac again. He's trying to get to the lane. He kicks it back out to Paul. Paul going around. He pulls up with the green bean. 98 to 89. So they're not quitting. The Lakers are not quitting. They're fighting. They're in this. But they just can't stop. Look at this. They just can't stop Houston. You got Josh Smith with the easy bucket. Backdoor pass at the rim. 100 to 89. Kobe taking it to the goal. Guarded by T-Mac. And he gets an easy lane. This is an intense last couple of minutes of the game. So you got T-Mac with 20 and 6. Kobe with 11 and 6. But when we started, Kobe only had 5. But he's starting to go off in these last couple minutes. So you got 1:10 left. Yao with the ball. He dishes it down low. And Rafer Alston gets blocked by Pau Gasol. So the Lakers still have some fight and some dog in them. But Lamar Odom pulls a ridiculous jump shot. That was unnecessary. They had a chance to cut it down to 7. And they don't. T-Mac kicks it out to Battier, who kicks it back out to Skip to Malou, who kicks it back down low to Yao Ming, who's guarded by Meme Okor. Kicks it to Tracy. He pulls up for the 3. That would have been the dagger, and he misses. So we got CP3 bringing the ball up court, guarded by Skip. He forces him to pick up his dribble, kicks it out to Lamar Odom. You better not take a stupid shot, Lamar. Like, pass it. You got Chris Paul right there, and you got Kobe.
In the fourth quarter of this one. Paul can't get it to go.
So they...
Here's Alston.
Yeah, at this point, they're just running the clock out. You got a Lakers turnover. Rafer Alston's running the ball out. You got a Laker miss,
They've won it.
and the Rockets are just going to run this out.
And what a way to cap off a riveting series.
And that'll conclude the game right there. 100 to 91. Houston Rockets closing out the series knocking off the 2 seed Lakers. Nuts. So the Lakers, who you would have thought would have been a favorite to take it all, adding Chris Paul to that roster that they already had, which in real life they won championships with already, they can't get it done. They getting upset in the first round of the playoffs. You got Chris Paul with 21 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. You had Bano Udrih at 19 points. Gasol with 12 and 9. And Kobe with 11, 7, and 6. Lamar Odom with 11, 7, and 3. So Kobe is the biggest factor in this. Like, he didn't show up until late in this game 7, and that cost them big time. So over for the Rockets, you had T-Mac with 23 and 6. Yao with 14 and 7. Steve Novak, 3 for 5 from 3 with 14 points. Josh Smith had 12, 14, and 9. 1 assist away from a triple-double. Yeah, Rafer Alston with 10 points. Leon Poe with 8 and 8. Oh, yeah. This was a team win right here for the Houston Rockets. This is a huge team win for the Houston Rockets. Huge team win for the Houston Rockets. So the Rockets were 5 for 23 from 3, and the Lakers were 7 for 23. So they just completely outplayed the Lakers. So it appears a second round is set. You got the Sacramento Kings versus the San Antonio Spurs. You got the Portland Trailblazers versus the Houston Rockets. Miami versus Boston. Cleveland versus Orlando. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. We might have some good gameplay to jump into. We'll see. We'll soon see here coming up. All right, so simulate the first game. You got simulate the second game. You got the Spurs up 2-0. Portland's up 2-0. Miami's up 1-0. Cleveland and Orlando is tied 1-1. All right, so now the Spurs, it looks like they're about to sweep the Kings. It's now 2-1 Portland, 1-1 with Boston and Miami, and 2-1 for Cleveland and Orlando. Okay, so the Kings get a game. It's 3-1. It's 3-1 in the Portland-Houston series. So Portland's handling their business over there. You got Cleveland 3-1. And Boston-Miami look like they're going to game 5. So Spurs advance through 5. Houston pushes it to a game 6. And Orlando pushes it to a game 6 over there against Cleveland. And Miami and Boston are 2-2 going into game 5. So we going to, with this series being as close as it is, well, I was thinking about simcasting it, but if they'd have went to a game 7, I would have simcast. So we got the Portland Trailblazers in just KD's second year advance all the way to the Western Conference Championship. Can they push through and go to the NBA Finals? That is the question right there. So over in the East, we got 2 game 7s. So, man, you know what the drill is. Team selection. We got to go control the team so we can go ahead and do the Simcast live and see how these 2 games pan out. See if we have to jump in and catch this footage or if we just go ahead and simulate straight through. We're about to find out. So, first up, we got the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, it's back and forth. Cleveland's trying to pull away. Orlando's coming back. Orlando has the lead. This is a good matchup. Good matchup. All right, so it's 94-94. We're going to jump in with 4 minutes and 3 seconds left. 94-94. And we're going to see how the rest of this game pans out. So we start off with Varejao inbounding. All right, so Steve Nash. Oh, I completely forgot Cleveland had Steve Nash. So they should have been, the Steve Nash and LeBron James, they should have been able to easily advance past Orlando. But maybe I'm not giving Orlando enough credit either for how good they really were in real life. And it appears as though they added Wilson Chandler. It looks like Wilson Chandler out there. So you got LeBron, kicks it to Varejao, is forced to put it up because of the shot clock. Rebound, Rashard Lewis. Again, it's 94-94 with 3 minutes, 34 seconds left. Jameer Nelson pulls up. He knocks down the pull-up jumper. 96-94 Orlando. So you got LeBron bringing it up court.
It's LeBron with the drive. Yep, it counts.
but he puts it in. 96-96. LeBron James has 36 points. Dwight Howard has 22. So this is a good duel right here. So Dwight tries to drive. He has to kick it out to Jameer. Pulls up again. Misses. Rebound. Anderson Varejao. Bringing it up court. LeBron James.
LeBron outside.
LeBron, he's dribbling it. They come with the help defense.
Here's Ilgauskas.
Another computer-generated player with the ball. LeBron pulls up with a 3 in the face of this player. And they kicking up court. Orlando's going up the court. Rashard Lewis has the ball guarded by LeBron. Nash is guarding Jameer Nelson. He takes it to the goal. Goes up, he misses. Rebound, Cleveland. We got Nash dishes it up court to Varejao, who passes it to LeBron, who's trying to drive. Dishes it down low. Oh, Ilgauskas gets pickpocketed. Orlando with the stifling defense. They're just not letting up. So you got Wilson Chandler on the wing, who passes it to Jameer Nelson, who kicks it down low to Dwight. He's taking Ilgauskas to task. 98-96, Orlando, with a minute and 59 seconds left. So we got a Cavaliers timeout. Will Cleveland advance? Or will they fall on their face after acquiring Steve Nash to go with LeBron James? Stay tuned. We'll soon see. I think that's Wally Zerbiak out there too. They brought Wally Zerbiak back. He was on the Supersonics, and they brought him back to Cleveland. So LeBron driving to the goal on Dwight, and Dwight with the tough defense, and he gets the rebound. Minute 46 left. Orlando up 98-96. We got Jameer Nelson on the wing. He's guarded by Steve Nash, who's playing tough defense on him, but he lets him slip through. And he gets fouled at the goal by Ilgauskas. So Jameer Nelson going to the line for 2. He greens the first one. 1 of 2 free throws for Jameer Nelson so far. 99-96. Two for 2, 100-96 Orlando with a minute 32 left. So we got a Cavaliers timeout. They're getting everything situated. It's looking a little sketchy. They're looking like they're choking a little bit. So they inbound. Ilgauskas inbounds to LeBron James, who's guarded by Wilson Chandler. Doing a little too much dribbling. You need to get that down low. So he drives. And he gets blocked emphatically by Dwight, who gets another block. Dwight is turning it up here in this last minute. So they get it down low to Rashard Lewis, who gets the easy bucket on Wally Zerbiak. And it's becoming clear that Orlando is about to take this. It's just too much. And LeBron James is coming up small in these very moments. But he's coming up small and Dwight is coming up huge. So he's guarded by Wilson Chandler. He's trying to go to the goal again. And Dwight with the stifling defense again with another rebound. Dwight is coming up huge. Jameer Nelson out on the wing. This is down low to Dwight, who gets the bucket again. Dwight is just little boy in LeBron James right now. He's making him. Dwight is sunning LeBron James. So LeBron out to Wally Zerbiak, who misses the 3. Dwight gets the rebound. Dwight's just his imprint is all over this game right now. So Cleveland Cavaliers about to get bounced. Second round of the playoffs, courtesy of Dwight Howard. LeBron gets the steal, but it's too little too late right now. 24 seconds left. Cleveland down 104-96. LeBron just doing a bunch of dribbling. They're kicking it out around, and it's just nothing the Cleveland Cavaliers could do. You got Dwight with another rebound. He just killed this whole last minute. He's on fire right now, as you can see, because he's just done so much. So Orlando will advance to the Eastern Conference Championship to face the Boston Celtics, who went 73-9. So will Orlando give Boston the fight that they desire? Or will they fall and will Boston make the finals? Will Portland make the finals? Stay tuned. We're about to bring you that content. Let's go ahead and check out this box score real quick to see exactly what both LeBron and Dwight Howard did in this game. Then we're going to roll ahead. We're going to go back to the main menu. And you know what we're going to do. We're going to go game by game. And when they get close, we're going to jump in. You got your New Balance player of the game, Dwight Howard. Who else would that have been? He was just too much for Cleveland late in that game. Back-to-back blocks, multiple rebounds. Just, he did it all. Couldn't stop him. He was a man-child. All right, so box score. You got LeBron James, who actually ended up having 36, 10 assists, and 6 steals. You had Zerbiak, who had 16. Nash, who had 10 and 12. Hughes, who had 10. Ilgauskas with another 9. Verjao with 8 and 7. All right, so let's go check out and see what Orlando did. You had Dwight with 32 points, 17 rebounds, and 6 blocks. Wow. Jameer Nelson with 19 and 6. Rashard Lewis with 18 and 7. Mo Peterson with 11, 5, 5, and 3. Oh, their whole team just stepped up. Oh, they have Marc Gasol too. I didn't even know that. So that's huge. If I would have factored that in, I wouldn't have been talking like Cleveland should have easily ran over. Wow, that's huge. So you got Dwight Howard starting and Marc Gasol coming off the bench. So Orlando dropped 10 of 26 from 3. Cleveland dropped 9 of 28. So, what an epic Game 7. And now we still have the Miami Heat and Boston Celtics Game 7. I didn't even factor that in. I said Orlando would go on to face Boston, and I forgot Boston is on the brink of elimination themselves in this Game 7. So they start out blowing out the Heat, and it doesn't appear that the Heat are coming back. They have no chance. This is no contest. Boston takes it easy, 109-80. Sugar Ray drops 28. Let's go. So now we have a series of the 1 seed Boston Celtics versus the 3 seed Orlando Magic, and the 1 seed San Antonio Spurs versus the 3 seed Portland Trailblazers, which is low-key a grudge match because we gonna take a moment in time to go back in time to when the Spurs won that series against Portland in '99, when there was the controversy of whether Elliott's foot was on that line or not, out of bounds. So here we go. The Spurs jump out 2-0. Celtics jump out 2-0. We got Portland still in the game, so it's 2-1. Then you got Boston 3-0 on Orlando. Orlando steals a game. Now Boston steals another game, so it's tied 2-2 going into Game 5. And Orlando steals another game, so now we got both series are at 3-2. Both 1 seeds are up a game. I think for this series, we're going to see. Am I going to simcast? We're going to simcast this one. And we're going to see if Portland can push the Spurs to Game 7 or not. So we're going to go team select. Because we want to do... Well, no, we're not going to do both games. We're going to team select. We're not going to team select. We just going to play this, or we're going to simcast this Spurs Trailblazers series. So let's see if the Trailblazers can push this to a 7 or not. So we got the Spurs on top early. Now it's back-to-back, back and forth. Portland's up big. Portland's up huge. All right, so the Spurs are coming back now. When it looked like Portland was going to steal it, the Spurs start to come back. So it's 100-94 with 3 minutes, 19 seconds left. We're jumping in, and we're going to see how this pans out. You got Tony Parker bringing the ball up court, who's guarded by Kevin Durant. Wow, and he gets by him with ease, and he greens the runner over Chris Kaman.
Portland leading. And for the Spurs.
You got Kevin Durant bringing the ball up court. He's guarded by a generic player. He takes him to the goal. Misses. The generic player gets the rebound. Hoffman. So we got Parker bringing the ball up court. He's guarded by a big. He takes him. He's a little pesky little thing. He's just back and forth. Going through all the switches. Taking them. He gets the easy lay-in. Parker just too much. 100-98. The Spurs are within 2 right now with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Trailblazers have to call a timeout because they were just up by double digits not too long ago before we even jumped in to these last couple minutes. Now it's a 2-point game.
On Nate McMillan's huddle. As this game
Never underestimate the heart of a champion in the San Antonio Spurs. So, we got baby KD in year 2 with Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge. Can they push the Spurs to Game 7 or not? Will they go to the finals in just their first year in the playoffs? KD's second year in the league. So we got Dragic out on the wing, guarded by Tony Parker. He's dribbling around. Has nowhere to go, kicks it down low to Aldridge, who's guarded by Duncan himself. And Duncan forces him into a tough fadeaway, and he misses. Duncan with the rebound. Spurs down 2 points with possession. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left. What will happen? What will go down in these last couple minutes? Duncan down low to the generic player, who KD forces him into a tough shot. He gets the rebound. KD's bringing the ball up court. He pulls up with the green runner. 102-98. KD is doing his part. KD has 33 on 11 of 18. Ginobili has 22 on 9 of 14. Tough matchup going on right here. This is what a Game 7, well, not a Game 7 because this is 6. This is what a Game 6 elimination game is supposed to look like. You got a team on the brink of elimination. They're fighting, they're scratching and clawing. So you got Parker gets the ball on the inbound, and he has an easy lane to the goal. Spurs back within 2, 102-100 with a minute 42 left. The Spurs shooting 45% in the first half and 50 in the second. Blazers shooting 46 in the first half, 53 in the second. Great game. Great game we got going on right here. I can't wait to check this box score when it's all said and done with. All right, so Chris came in. He's inbounding to KD. It's apparent that even though Brandon Roy has a better overall, KD is the guy that they run the offense through. So he misses the pull-up midi. Spurs get the rebound. And they have a chance to tie or take the lead as we speak. So we got Tim Duncan down low, misses, but he gets his own rebound and goes back up. 102-102 with a minute and 22 left. All right, we got Dragic bringing the ball up the court, guarded by Tony Parker. Kicks it out to Brandon Roy. He's guarded by Van Exel. He takes Van Exel to the goal and misses, but Kaman gets the board and puts it back. 104-102, Portland. They are playing with some heart right now, ladies and gentlemen. They do not want to quit. They are not ready to go home right now. And the Spurs take a timeout. Popovich is grilling the squad. All right. So a minute 9 left. Parker gets the inbound. He's trying to set Timmy D up down low. He's guarded by Aldridge. And Aldridge, is he too much to handle? He's too much to handle. It's the Tim Duncan. We talk about the greatest power forward of all time. 104-104. Haiti bringing the ball up court. 54 seconds left. And he gets a charging call. Wow. That might have changed everything just now. 54.5 seconds left. Spurs have the ball. Portland turns it over on the Kevin Durant charge. All right. So down low to Tim Duncan. And Aldridge just can't handle him. He's taking him to school. 19 points for Tim Duncan, 14 points in the paint. Spurs up 106-104. KD going to the goal, and he gets stripped. He's coming up just as small as LeBron James did. This is crazy. But you know what? I can't fault him too much because, again, we're sitting in here thinking about it. This is the second year. And Tony Parker takes it to the goal, 108-104. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Portland at all. 27.6 seconds left, and they just crumbled big time in these last seconds. They went from it being 104-104 with possession to now in the blink of an eye, it's 108-104 with 27.6 seconds left. And it looks like they're trying to get the ball to KD. They do get it to him. He's trying to get to the lane. He goes, he misses. He gets his own rebound. He goes back up. 108-106. Spurs call a timeout with 21.4 seconds left. It's not looking good for these Trailblazers, guys. It's not looking good at all. But you know what? It's promising for the future. Like, if this is what they're looking like in the second year with KD, Roy, and Aldridge, they might win the chip next season. They might win a couple chips. Who knows? We got to see. So Parker to the line, knocks down one of two, 109 and 106 San Antonio. 109-106 San Antonio. Can he push it to a 4-point lead with the second free throw? Let's see. And indeed he does. 110 to 106. Portland has no timeouts. They got to be diligent with these last couple possessions. This possession is crucial. And Dragic just pulls a random jump shot, and that's it. That's a wrap. This is a ball game. So I'm pretty sure Parker's at least hitting one of these. And with 9.6 seconds left and no timeouts, it's over. So at this point, we just gonna wait around for the box score to see what these young Blazers did with this valiant effort. All right, so Parker knocks down both free throws, 112 to 106. 9.6 seconds left. I'm pretty sure they're just going to dribble this out. Or they might pull up with another. Yeah, they pull up with another shot. Brandon Roy misses. Duncan with the rebound. Ball game, 112-106 San Antonio. So valiant effort for Portland in just their second year together. KD's second year in the league. So let's go check out this box score and see what these numbers look like for both the Western Conference champions Spurs and the Western Conference runner-up Portland Trailblazers. So Duncan, as Dwight Howard did over in that Cleveland series, showed up big in those last moments. So let's see. Come on now, this game taking forever just to get to the box score. All right, here we go. So box score, we got 35, 7, 5, and 4 for KD. So he didn't exactly come up small. He did everything that he could. And again, this was just his second year. So if anybody came up small, it was Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge. Oh my God, a combined 14 points. They left KD out to dry in that game. And you had over here on the Spurs side, Tony Parker with 27, 3, and 8. Ginobili with 22, 4, and 8. Duncan 19, 15, and 6. And then you had another 13 by Stephon Marbury, who I didn't even know that they had. So KD was up against the Giant because he wasn't getting no help in this game 6. 7 for 14 from 3 for the Spurs. Portland was 12 for 23 on 52%, but just not enough. So Portland eliminated in their second year, but they show promise. So you got the Spurs up against, I accidentally simulated the rest. No. Oh, man. But anyways, Boston ends up winning the game 7 against Orlando, and they take the Spurs through 6 games. And you got Kevin Garnett, who wins Finals MVP yet again. So that's going to be a wrap on this video, you guys. This is just part 1. Like I said, I had to break the clips up in segments. So this is part 1. I'll have part 2 coming to y'all real soon. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the statistics, the league leaders for the playoffs. You had Carmelo Anthony at the top with 32.1, even though they got bounced early on. Richard Hamilton was top 10. Brandon Roy was just on the outside of the top 10. Tracy McGrady as well. Darren Williams. Steve Nash. Kevin Garnett. I'm just going through the top 20 like I normally do. Vince Carter. I forgot Vince Carter even went to the Jazz. So he had 19. Jose Calderon, and then Chris Bosh. So let's check out the standings, because I don't even think I checked. I didn't check out the standings. So Seattle Supersonics went 22-60. They just can't improve. We went 64-18. Boston takes home back-to-back titles. Stay tuned for the next episode, you guys. We'll be back at y'all with part 2. I'm going to drop this one, and then I'm going to drop part 2 the second night. So, again, I thank y'all all for following, subscribing, tuning in. I'll be back at y'all shortly.